Hi FlossTube, this is Karen with KB Studio Creations.
And Jason, here with Karen.
It's been a couple months, but we are back now, and there's a lot to show. So, today I decided to start with finishes. So, this was almost done the last time. It's my tracker bookshelf on 28 count Old Dame Clay Joblin. This is my design. If you would like it, you can
hold on.
message me and I will send it to you for free. So last year I kept track of the genres of the book I read each day. The books, whatever I was reading that day, the genre. So it is done now. Now I need to fully finish it. Yep, and then I have a key. I was hoping to maybe get it fully finished before this video, but that did not happen. So my next finish is Unicorn in Captivity by Wild Violet CrossStitch on 16 count Pictureless plus Mystic Ada. I really like how it turned out. The only thing I changed is I changed the color of the collar. It was supposed to be blue and I changed it to purple. But yeah, it's done. And
yeah,
I don't know what to say about it. It's done.
It's beautiful.
So this was my oldest whip, and now it's finished. So it is Change by Across the Stitch, 14 count white Ada. And I will be in I can't think of the word.
She's gonna be inserting pictures of her, of like what it's supposed to look like originally, or the progress.
Before and afters. I don't think I'll do the original ones for these because it's done.
Okay. I just knew you were looking for the word insert, but I didn't know what you would be inserting.
That was the word I was looking for. So yeah, 14 count white Ada, Across the Stitch. My oldest whip is finished.
Woo!
Yeah. So now I need to figure out fully finishing it and all that jazz.
All that jazz.
I was hoping to get like my fully finished list like reduced really small, and instead it's just getting bigger. So this next one is His Name is Jesus by Martha Pilgrim, Joyful Expressions, and you can get this as a freebie if you sign up for their newsletter. And I used DMC Etoile, and it's on 14 count Pictureless plus Heroic Ada. I started this last Easter. Let's move over. Yeah, and it's finished, and I have a frame that's the perfect size, so I
just gotta get it in there.
Well, I first have to cut the mat board. I pulled the mat board out, and I was like, I can't deal with this. Put the mat board back, and it didn't get fully finished this week like I'd hoped, but hopefully before the next video, it will be fully finished.
I'm sorry, I got an eyelash in my eye. Or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's being irritated.
So, next we're going to starts, but this is a start and a finish.
Oh?
Yeah. So, I stitched this previously. I'll insert a picture. But I was teaching a class at church for
how to cross stitch.
Women, yeah, about how to cross stitch. And so I had designed this previously because I was supposed to do an activity and it didn't happen. So then I just stitched it up and released it as a freebie, so you can get this for free on my Gumroad, this pattern, with different colors though, the original colors. I mean, I guess I could add these other colors. Anyways, so then I was kitting this up, and so I wanted to stitch it to make sure I was giving them enough floss. So that's what this was stitched for. And this was on, it's this old fabric that I've had forever that I was given.
Country Lane
14 count even weave oval. But it's like an Ada. By Modern Heirlooms. But yeah, copyright 1984.
That's older than me.
It's older than me too. So yeah.
Sorry to any of our viewers if we just made you feel old.
So I don't know how I will finish it, but I will eventually. Oh, and
let's start.
Yeah. Let me finish up talking about this other one, and then we can. So also for when I was cutting it up, I didn't have enough of. I didn't want to go out and buy new floss, so I was using floss that had been given to me, and so I did like 4 different colorways, and I'll maybe insert a picture of those. Oh dear. Well, yeah, I'll just later. Anyways, never mind. Moving on. I just realized I didn't pick the giveaway winner. I will figure it out later and insert something. Anyways, On to the next thing. Oh.
Is that this?
Yeah. So I had gotten Sulky threads for Christmas, and so I wanted to test it on different fabric counts just to see what it looked like.
So this is 14.
So I did it on some Ada.
And this is 16.
No, that's 18.
Oh, this is 18? I can't read. How do you... I don't know.
So that one's hard to read. The backstitch doesn't look very well on...
Look very good?
Yes. And this was 32 count, which is the equivalent of 16 count. So I think the backstitch looks the best on 14 count, and the cross stitches look the best on 16.
Oh, there was another piece. Okay.
So yeah, that was just tests. Oh, this one, I'm going to insert a picture. So I stitched Today and Tomorrow by Helen D, Eastcoast Crafter. But I made changes like I did for my sister, but I made it for my brother who got married in January. So that was on a 14 count oatmeal Ada. Yeah, and I will insert a picture of what that looks like. Okay.
And this one's this one, right?
Yeah, so we need to do this one.
Where's that one?
It's right here.
Oh.
I need to move my water bottle. So.
Oh, God, this is heavy. Hold on.
So I started Celtic Autumn by Lavender and Lace for my New Year New Start.
And here's what it looks like, everybody. Oh, look at how pretty this is. Oh, it's so gorgeous.
I have it on my case creation lap stand, and to protect it, I have a pillowcase over it. One that I got when I was a kid.
I gotta figure out how to take it off.
And this is on 28 count lamb's wool linen. And I don't want to take it off, and you can see the entirety of what I did. But I decided to put it on the lap stand, partly because the fabric is rough, and so it was like tearing up my hands a bit because my hands are dry in the winter.
Oh yeah.
And two, I'm just practicing like the two-handed stitch. And
how are you liking it?
I like it pretty well. I'm still not the best at two-handed stitching, and especially doing it on the linen, it's harder for me to figure out which hole to go into a little bit. Because most of the two-handed stitching I've tried, I've done it on Ada. But anyways, it's working out. I'm enjoying it. Oh, and that is a conversion. So I will insert a picture of the original because I didn't go searching and grabbing the original, as well as kind of what the conversion looks like, because it's from the Facebook group, the Lavender and Lace
Facebook
conversion. Group. I don't know. It's the conversion group. I'll maybe try to find a link to that group and put it down below. So then for Year of the Dragon Sal, which is by Samantha Hygge Stitcher and Erica Fibers and Floss here on Fibers and Floss Canada on FlossTube. So they were doing the Year of the Dragon Sal. So I started Tempest in a Teacup by Teresa Wensler on 14 count Pleiades. I don't know.
Pleiades?
That word.
I feel like
it's some brand. I got it off
Amazon.
Amazon.
It's the brand. Never mind. I thought it was Pleiades because it's all starry.
No, but it's Starry Sky Ada, and this is actually part of my haul too.
But there's the teacup.
Yeah, so I've been working on the teacup. I worked on it a bunch that first week, and then I did other starts, and yeah, it hasn't gotten more work, but it will. It was just for fun.
It's still pretty far done.
Yeah.
Well, on the teacup anyway.
Yeah, and I was able to put it into Pattern Keeper. Oh, and this was a freebie by Teresa Wensler, so I'll insert a picture I found from a blog of someone who had stitched it up. I'm not planning to do the border, but my goal is to just finish it by next year. You know, because that's kind of what the Year of the Dragon Sal thing is they're like, try to finish a dragon within the year. So I picked a smaller design, and yeah. So this next one is my birthday start because I finished the unicorn. So it's Black Butterfly Sampler by Shaded Stitchery, and I will insert a picture of what the original looks like, but I'm changing it. So you can't tell necessarily so much so far how much I'm changing it. But maybe I'll insert a picture of the mock-up of my changes too. And do you want to keep it up? Oh, you're looking at it.
Well, I'm looking at it and my arms are getting tired.
So it's on 14 count Morning Dew Trials Craft Ada. And so I'm using the Sulky I got for Christmas on these parts. And I was going to use the Sulky on this part, but it was blending in kind of like some of this pink is blending in. It's kind of in the shadow. I don't know if you can see.
Sorry, I can't see what I'm doing.
Sorry, it's right on this. Maybe there's some over here. I don't know. Anyways, part of the pink kind of blends in, and the white was doing that too. I don't mind it for the flowers, but I did not want that for
the back stitch on the butterfly,
or just the butterfly in general.
Oh, okay.
So I pulled some old coloring cottons that I had gotten in like grab bags and stuff, and I'm using that on the actual butterflies.
But yeah, we haven't done this in 2 months. My arms are not. I need to work them out or something.
So this next one is actually not started yet.
Oh!
But I will be starting it today for the Leap Day Start Sal. So this is Mermaids of the Season Sal by Bella Filipina on 28 count Sapphire Even Weave by Be Stitch Me. I won this in a giveaway a long time ago. I looked on her website. It's not a color that's on her website, but I will be starting that today, and I will insert a picture when I edit this of my progress. Because I don't plan to edit the video until tomorrow. I'm probably gonna work on my show notes today, my blog show notes today, and then edit the video tomorrow. So I just wanted to show it.
I'm like, I don't know what to do
No,
because
you
it's
just
like,
yeah.
it's so beautiful. Look at how much you've gotten done. It's all kitted up. Actually, I feel like more people should do this, like show how they kit up their stitches.
So originally I was going to start that for my birthday start, but I was just being overwhelmed about it because I can't, even though it's a digital pattern, I can't get it to go into Pattern Keeper because of the mark they put on it to keep you from, I don't know. They put your like address on top of it, and that is what Pattern Keeper registers, not the actual pattern or something. Anyways, and plus it's not big, but it's big-ish for me. So I try to get my birthday starts done in a year if possible. So I think the Leap Year Start where you're trying to get it done in 4 years is a much better goal for that. Because I was actually going to switch it. I was going to start the butterfly, even though it wasn't going to take me a year. Anyways, yeah.
On to the next one.
So whips.
Oh,
so this is the skin and hair conversions from Lord Libidan on 14 count white Ada. And so when I finished Change, which was my old Whip Wednesday stitch, but the next week I didn't feel like working on my 2 oldest whips, so I worked on this one, which is my 3rd oldest whip. I just want this done. Like, I liked the idea originally, but I'm just kind of over it, so I just want to get it done. And
well, I feel like you got what you needed out of it. You know?
I don't know.
Because you were doing it to try to get some ideas for some skin conversions.
And hair conversions, and using it as a reference.
Yeah.
But I don't love all of them. And I think that's part of my problem. So some of them I like, but some of them I don't like. But it's good to have them so I can refer to it. But anyways, I want it done. And then the next week, I wasn't feeling working on my oldest whip. Plus, it was full coverage February. There's someone who does that. Stitchin Mommy was the one who mentioned it. But there's someone whose name I'm blanking on. I can see her face. I don't know.
She definitely has a face.
She definitely has a face, and I can see it in my brain. I will insert her name. Anyways, Colleen? But then what's her channel name? Anyways, that could be completely wrong. I can't remember. It's someone who I watch occasionally, but I don't watch regularly. But anyways, she's one who hosts it. I will insert her name. But anyways, full coverage February. You have it upside down.
I don't know how this goes.
So I've been working on this on Wednesdays for my Old Whip Wednesday as well as other times. And I'm really still not feeling like working on my oldest whip, so I might continue on working on this for Old Whip Wednesday for now, because this is my 2nd oldest whip.
Oh, yeah.
And
you still need to say what it is.
Oh, dang it. A Stitching Shelf Mini by Heaven Earth Designs. The designs by Amy Stewart. It's 25 count, Zweigart Lugana, easy count, 1/1.
And this is where you did all your progress, because you finished this a long time ago.
Yeah, and I did do 1 strand in here. Because, so I had pulled the 50 colors that are most used in the pattern. And I have finished that pretty much in this area of those 50 colors. But there's still a lot of holes. So actually, yesterday, punched out these for the rest of the colors. But I didn't grab the colors. So I just did 1 strand. I did 1 strand in the bottom, but I'm hoping to get that filled out by next week so then I can work more on that spring section and start filling in the holes with those colors.
Ooh.
Yeah. So the next one is Elizabeth Bennett by Twin Peak Primitives, and it's on some 14 count hand-dyed Ada, and I'm stitching it using a 12 C823. And I'm not going to stitch the whole thing, but I'm stitching part of it. And yeah,
It's looking good.
This is the, when I'm in the car stitching, which I did a bunch in January, but I haven't pulled it out at all this month.
It's looking real good.
So. It's coming along. It'll get done when it gets done. And the last whip, I'm actually doing this pretty fast. So, This is Snow Globe Cookie, a freebie from Shannon Designs. And it's on 19 count punches plus Heartland Ada. And there's, you're not.
Sorry, I thought I was.
So I'm just using orts to stitch this. And there is a border around it to make it look like a snow globe cookie. And I'm thinking I might not stitch it in the brown like they did to make it look like a cookie, but like maybe a gray or a black, or I don't know, something to make it look more like a snow globe to me and less like a cookie.
You could do it. You could do it with gray on some sides and then white for the affection part.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
But yeah, we're not there yet. Well, you're not there yet. I'm not stitching it, obviously.
And I don't know that Jason's done any stitching in the past.
I don't know.
His life's been crazy. Both of our lives have been crazy. We'll talk about that a little bit in life updates. But so this I stitched and finished a long time ago, but it just came out in the Just CrossStitch spring issue. So this is Quaker Easter egg on 28 count Wichelt coffee Joblin. So it's a flat fold. It's an Easter egg. It's got beads. Oh, it's on the back. But I also got this copy, and so moving into haul, I got this copy, and so I get a free copy with my returned model stitch, but I also get my subscription. Yeah. So that's I don't know, it's maybe over there in my stack of haul.
Voila! Do I pull this out?
Yeah. So this is more of that, whatever that brand is, Ada. So I used some of my Christmas money to get some of this printed fabric. Like, it's not like the best quality, but it's really pretty. So yeah, like it's not bad. So it's just some 14 count printed Ada. It's white on the back, but it's fun. So I got it. So Just CrossStitch. Michaels. So to do the, sorry it's so loud. The thing for my brother.
I'm just gonna start making lots of noise real quick so let me do it all at once.
Today and tomorrow, and I wanted to put a charm on it, but I didn't have any, so I went to Michaels and got some charms. That's the one we used.
I found them.
He did. He was.
I was very proud of myself.
And then while I was there, Jason encouraged me to get the ones
all the thread things.
So these are the ones that I had on my list of thread I was getting low on. That's not necessarily haul. That was part of Jason's boutonniere from the wedding. But I figured it was a good piece of ribbon.
It's a haul. We got it.
Yeah. So, yeah. What are you doing?
Wow.
Are you tired?
No, not at all.
And then while we were out in Utah for my brother's wedding, we went to Pine Needles, and I don't know if it's Salt Lake proper, but it's in the Salt Lake City area. They're a quilt shop, but they also do.
They have a very small stitching section.
They have a stitching section. So I learned about them from. Oh dang it! My brain is blanking today.
Is it not her?
No.
Okay.
It's a FlossTube I watch. What is her name? I can see her face. I watched her yesterday. Dang it. Candy the 614 Stitcher. Haha.
Say that slower now so people can understand it.
So Candy the 614 Stitcher. So
Candy the 614 Stitcher. For those who can't understand my wife. I didn't. It took my brain a second to get it. Okay.
So gets this monthly club from them that has like just little patterns. Anyways, that's how I learned about them. So I went and I got a few things. So I got some chenille trim because it was pretty. I got some needles because size 26 is my preferred, and I keep losing my size 26 needles because I use them the most, and so they get lost the most. And then
can I find them in my foot? No, I'm kidding.
I've been wanting this for a long time. It's got one of these corner gauge sort of things where you can like decide, okay, I want to start this far in from the corner for my stitching, but it also has, I think you can see it over here. If you put it up against fabric, you should be able to tell what count of fabric it is based on these. So I've actually already used it once. And yeah, it's just a nice tool to have.
Is this from?
Yeah. So a family friend found this when she was thrifting or something. So it's some 22 count Aida. So basically the equivalent of 44 count over 2. But yeah, it's already partly used, but I figure it can be good for ornaments because I've sometimes stitched ornaments 1/1 on 28 count, which is difficult. And I think I've done it 1/1 on 25 count too. So this is just like the holes are just a little bit easier to see. And yeah. Anyways, probably be used for Christmas ornaments.
And then what was that?
That,
I don't think we pulled that out.
That was the fabric.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So giveaway, I did not.
We'll go to an insert.
Yeah.
Movie magic.
That
I'm sorry, you might not see me.
got lost in the mix. So I will do that later. So life updates.
So insert here.
Yeah.
Woo, movie magic.
All right. So giveaway winner. Only one person entered, so that made my life easy. So for BR, you won. You wanted the swan with the extra floss and the scriptures. And then since you had requested these ones previously, the Santa and the Mill Hill kit will also be coming to you. I have your address, but I will maybe double check with you to make sure it's still the correct address. So congratulations! Yay! I hope you enjoy stitching these. Bye. So life updates.
We went to a wedding out in Utah for her brother.
Yes.
And while we were there, I visited my friend, and we visited your friend.
Yeah, so Sarah King, our Stitching Kingdom, it ended up working out that we were able to go visit her and her husband and Alice, and it was just wonderful. It was so good.
They're very good people.
Yes, it was wonderful. On our flight back, we missed our connecting flight. We were able to get a hotel. I had some points that I saved up from whatever, so it wasn't as expensive, so that was fine. But after that, well, before we've been sick, we've been busy with work and church.
As you may have noticed, I've not been talking as much on this one. It's because in late December, right before Christmas, I got sick, and it has messed up some things with my voice, and I'm going to see a specialist soon. I've been seeing doctors for about a month and trying to get it fixed, but we'll see.
But yeah, life's just been a lot lately. I haven't had much energy. I'm still, like, my cold is mostly gone, but it's still not, like, fully gone, and it was started, like, a month ago. But yeah, we're getting through. I feel like there was more to say, but I don't know.
Let's do positive.
Okay, so, well, we already kind of talked about it.
It's a positive, no matter how she contextualizes it. I heard people talk about it, and they had fun, and Karen did a great job.
So as I mentioned earlier, I did the activity with the women's group at my church, teaching them cross-stitch. There was about 20 people there, which is kind of hard to teach 20 people at one time how to cross-stitch because different people were at different stages. Like, I'd be like, thread the needle. Well, some people did it immediately, and other people were like, they needed a lot of help. So it worked out okay. Like, everyone seemed to enjoy it.
It was amazing. I heard raving reviews.
One person has reached out to me and wants to learn more about cross-stitch, so that's really cool. Like, even if none of them continue with cross-stitch, that's okay, but even if one of them do, that's awesome too.
And I know one person is going to finish the cross-stitch they started.
Yeah.
Because she told me she would.
So I had that bigger pattern, but then the day of I was like, ooh, that's a big pattern to start with. Like, it's not a huge pattern, but for like a beginner, that is actually kind of big. So it was the day before Valentine's Day, so I did a heart as well that they could stitch. So some people worked on one and the other, but they also could take the kit to do the other with them. Yeah. So
it was a rousing success, and everybody loved it because Karen is amazing.
So that's a lot. We were fast. I probably missed saying a ton of things, but we're back. Hopefully we'll be back again in a month. What? Okay.
It's just me being me. I can't say things, so I gotta do things.
Oh, okay. Somebody's
gonna be cross-stitching and miss half this video just
That's
because
true.
I didn't say anything. You'll have to rewatch it.
I think that's all for us. Happy stitching!
Bye!